In the small fishing village of Port Haven, Maine, where the Atlantic crashed relentlessly against jagged rocks and the air always carried the sharp tang of salt, Captain Sage Harlan, 38, lived a life measured in tides and solitude. Her boat, the Drifter, was her only real companion, a 30-foot lobster vessel she'd inherited from her father and kept running through sheer stubbornness. Sage liked the quiet, early mornings on the water, the cry of gulls, evenings spent alone in her weathered cedar-shingled cottage with a glass of whiskey and the radio tuned to maritime weather reports. She didn't do people, especially not city people. Then came Nora Ellis. Nora arrived in Port Haven on a Greyhound bus one drizzly October afternoon, clutching a designer suitcase that looked absurdly out of place against the gravel lot. She was 34 and city polish, long auburn hair twisted into an elegant knot, a cream wool coat that probably cost more than Sage's monthly fuel bill, heels that sank immediately into the mud. Her eyes, wide, green, and exhausted, scanned the empty street like she wasn't sure the bus had dropped her in the right century. She'd come to hide. Back in Boston, Nora's life had imploded. A high-profile divorce from a tech billionaire had turned nasty. Tabloids, restraining orders, threats from his legal team, paparazzi camped outside her Back Bay condo. Her therapist had suggested somewhere remote, and a friend of a friend mentioned a rental cottage in Port Haven that was empty off-season. Nora booked it sight unseen. She just needed quiet, space to breathe. The first collision happened at the dock. Nora, following her rental agent's directions, mistook Sage's private slip for public parking and left her rental car blocking the ramp. Sage returned from a day on the water, soaked and irritable, to find a sleek black Audi in her way. She leaned against the hood, arms crossed, and waited. Nora hurried down the dock in those ridiculous heels, cheeks flushed. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought this was—" "It's not," Sage said, voice low and gravel rough. "Move it." Nora blinked, startled by the directness. Most people in her world softened edges with smiles and apologies. This woman looked like she could haul Nora overboard without breaking a sweat. "I will, give me a second." Nora fumbled for her keys, nearly dropping them into the water. Sage sighed, stepped forward, and gently took the keys. "Pop the trunk, I'll back it up." "You don't have to." "I do if I want to get my boat in tonight." Minutes later, the car was moved. Nora stood awkwardly on the dock, clutching her coat against the wind. "Thank you, really. I'm Nora." Sage handed back the keys. "Sage." She turned to go. "Wait," called Nora. "Is there anywhere to get food around here that isn't closed for the season?" Sage glanced at the sky, storm coming in. "General stores open till 6. After that, you're on your own." Nora laughed, a soft, surprised sound. "Great, starvation it is." Sage paused. Something in the laugh tugged at her. "There's a lobster roll at the diner till 8, if you're allergic." "I'm not," Nora said quickly. "Thank you." Sage nodded and walked away. But Port Haven was small, too small to avoid anyone for long. Over the next week, Nora kept appearing at the general store, buying wine that no one else stocked, at the post office asking about Wi-Fi, there was none reliable, attempting to walk the rocky beach in shoes meant for city sidewalks. Sage watched from a distance, amused despite herself. Then the nor'easter hit. The storm came in fast, howling wind, sideways rain, power out for miles. Nora's rental cottage, perched on a bluff, lost heat and lights. By midnight, she was shivering in every sweater she owned, phone dead, realizing the charming seclusion the listing promised meant no neighbors within shouting distance. She drove, slowly, terrified, down the coastal road until she saw the glow of a generator through the trees, Sage's cottage. Sage opened the door in a thermal shirt and sweatpants, hair loose and damp from a shower, looking startled to find a half-frozen city woman on her porch. "My power's out. I didn't know where else." Sage stepped aside without a word. Inside, the cottage was warm and spare, wood stove crackling, nautical charts on the walls, a single mug on the counter. Sage poured Nora coffee laced with whiskey and draped a wool blanket over her shoulders. "You can stay till it passes. Guest rooms down the hall." Nora wrapped her hands around the mug. "I owe you, again." "You don't owe me anything." They sat in silence at first, listening to the storm rage. Then Nora started talking, nervous, spilling words like she couldn't stop, about the divorce, the headlines, how suffocated she'd felt in her old life. Sage listened, saying little, but refilling the coffee when it got low. At some point, Nora asked, "How do you do it? Live so quietly?" Sage shrugged. "Water's honest, doesn't pretend to be anything it's not. People usually do." Nora looked at her then, really looked. The strong lines of Sage's face, the quiet steadiness in her eyes. Something shifted. The storm lasted 2 days. Nora stayed. Slowly, their worlds began to overlap. Sage taught Nora how to bait a trap, laughing, a rare low rumble, when Nora shrieked at the first crab. Nora taught Sage how to make a proper risotto, standing close at the stove, their arms brushing. Evenings stretched into long conversations by the wood stove, city skyscrapers versus endless ocean, boardrooms versus dawn patrols, the loneliness of both. One night, after too much wine, Nora reached across the couch and tucked a strand of hair behind Sage's ear. Sage went still. "I'm not good at this," Sage said quietly. "At what?" "At letting people in." Nora's fingers lingered at Sage's jaw. "Then let me stay out here with you." The kiss was slow, deliberate, like testing depth before diving. Sage's hands, rough from rope and salt, cupped Nora's face with surprising gentleness. When they pulled apart, Sage rested her forehead against Nora's. "Are you sure?" Sage asked. "I'm not going anywhere. This is it for me." Nora smiled. "Maybe that's exactly what I need." Winter turned to spring. Nora's divorce finalized quietly. The paparazzi never found Port Haven. She kept the rental cottage, but spent most nights at Sage's. She learned to navigate the boat, traded heels for extra tufts, started writing the novel she'd always meant to write. Sage still went out at dawn, but now someone waited on the dock with coffee when she returned. 2 different worlds pulled together by a storm, and in the quiet rhythm of tides, they found a life neither of them had known they were missing.